Итак, всем привет, с вами Аргон. Ну что же, я сейчас буду проходить дополнение для BioShock Infinite, которое называется Burial at Sea, по-русски «Морская могила». Ну что ж, давайте, это эпизод первый, а второй эпизод выйдет в 2014 году, по-моему, весной. Ну что ж, будем ждать, а пока будем проходить первый эпизод. Погнали. Сложность будет легкая, чтобы не париться. Все, поехали. Как я почитал про это дополнение, оно как бы будет проходить под водой, как бы вот как и был BioShock 1 и BioShock 2. То есть к Infinite оно как бы относится не, ну, как бы не как в главной кампании. Там же как бы на поверхности летучий город. Тут наоборот, как бы вернулись нас под воду и будем проходить под водой. Ну, слушай.
We're closed.
You don't look the sort who can afford to turn down legitimate work.
What do you want?
Ты кто такая? Дадите даме прикурить. Да, конечно, я сейчас прикурю в одно место. Да. Ладно, давайте прикурим.
You got a name, miss?
Elizabeth. You can call me Elizabeth.
What can I do for you?
There's a girl who needs to be found. Maybe you've seen her.
This girl's dead.
You know her.
You'll see dozens of her tied down by the docks or the slums in Apollo Square. Orphans. With Fontaine's charity shut. No place for them.
But her you know.
As I said, girl's dead.
Lost.
Look, I don't know where you get...
Lost isn't dead. Name your rate, I will pay you for this work. But you do this one gratis, wouldn't you?
I don't follow.
Something tells me.
Миллиард баксов. Заплатишь? Ха. Так, что тут у нас есть? Узнайте, что Элизабет известна о Салли. Так, а самому я не могу? Нет, мне не дается такой возможности, как бы покурить самому. Так. Извините. Надеюсь, не слишком слышно это было. Хотя сильно, наверное. Просто я приболел немного. Так, взять деньги. Возьмем. Ну все, пойдемте на выход. Если тут выйти, конечно, можно. Одеться нет? Ладно, пошли. Восторг. Старое доброе место.
Where's Sally?
I don't know, but I know someone who does. Follow me.
Идем. Вот тут хорошо, 60 FPS, обалденно.
What's this girl to you?
Не то что в Бэтмене в этом. Нифига себе она бегает, как конь.
I know where to start looking.
Хотя нет, все равно 30 FPS иногда проседает. Сдолбало.
What happened to these children? What are they?
Господи, какие вы страшные.
Arcadia? Little sisters. Atom factories.
It's grotesque.
Я так понял, это как бы предыстория то, что как бы случилось с этой вот со всем этим городом. Поначалу вот тут какая жизнь была.
Compromise? Is that why we came to Rapture? I could compromise in Red Hook. We're just men and women now. You hold
Ты
yourself
где?
to that standard.
Что ты стало-то?
In what country is there a place for men like me? Yes.
Что мне делать? Что ты тут ходишь? Ну пошли вниз.
Yes, yes, but even
Ты ешь? А, вот, все, пошла. Оба, папочка. Строитель твоей дивизии. Давай послушаем. Охренеть, конечно. Прикольно.
but I say you should have to prove you're properly versed on a topic before you're allowed to vote on it.
Ну, какая ты. Что это такое?
What?
You're not knowing about the little sisters. How long have you been in Rapture?
Let's just say I don't get out much.
You've got eyes and ears, don't you?
If I wanted to share my life story, Mr. DeWitt, I would write my memoirs. If I learned anything about Rapture, that it was a place where people understood to mind their own business.
Where are we headed?
The man we need to see is in the Garden of the Muses.
How do you know?
My sources are my own, Mr. DeWitt. If you have better information as to the whereabouts of your girl, I suggest you avail yourself of it.
Поехали. Аквариум.
Where are you taking me?
When's the last time you saw Sally?
What?
She was taken from you, wasn't she?
How do you know this?
She was taken, down at Surprise. You were playing the tables and...
She disappeared.
And?
Cop friend of mine, Sullivan, says they found her floating in the docks.
You see the body?
Look.
Did you see the body? This world values children, not childhood. There's a profit to be made and men who make it. I'm taking you to one of them. Mr. DeWitt, you all right?
I'm fine. Just get these spells sometimes. It'll pass.
Refresh
Здорово.
myself. Madam?
We're fine, thanks.
Чё за... Это нормально? Слышь ты кто такой? Блин. Чё ты стал-то? Дай деньги соберу. Погнали, куда? К бармену? Не, бармену не надо. Блин, да ты... Что ты творишь? Прикольный тип.
Mr. DeWitt, we'll find my source inside of that club.
Cohen? What does that lunatic have to do with Sally?
Войдите в клуб Коэна. А, вот это ж бешеные эти кролики сраные, блин. Гуманоиды.
Private party. No entry without invitation.
I'll see about that.
Which business do you represent, sir?
Business?
Yes, which business?
DeWitt Investigations.
Mr. Cohen does not truck with private detectives. Masks of invitation went to artists and craftsmen alone.
I'm with the artist struggle. We're expected...
No mask, no entry.
Stuffed shirt.
These invitation masks he spoke of. They must have gone out to local artisans.
Well, I guess we'll have to persuade someone to loan us one.
The business of Rapture is business. Says it's sponsored by the Artist Struggle, the Golden Rule, and Rapture Records.
I guess those stores would be as good a place to start as any.
Найдите маску в одном из местных магазинов. Так, надо... Как тут карта-то? Да, круто. Блять, как тут карта? Так. Куда идти-то, ё-моё?
A man.
Really? You don't strike me as the romantic type.
Пошли так
Wasn't
искать
that kind
тогда.
of man.
Then what?
There's a debt that needs repaying.
I've known my share of Shylocks. You're no Shylock.
Wasn't that kind of debt.
Голден руле. Хотя тут навряд ли что будет. А можешь зайти? Да.
Invitations to Cohen shows are highly coveted. Nobody's gonna just hand us one.
You think you can figure out a way to distract the store owner while I take a look around?
You just find the mask. Leave the distractions to me.
Welcome.
Здорово. Ты где? А, во. Давай, отвлекай, дура тупорылая. Ты чё тупая? Еще в жбан пропишу.
Excuse me. Lady has some questions for you.
Yes, of course.
I'm interested in this piece.
Ah, excellent. You've an eye, haven't you, miss? It's a natural sapphire and diamond, 18-karat gold ring, fully hallmarked for Paris, 1887.
Really?
The center Kerberson... Excuse me, sir.
That's a lot of fine talk about a stolen ring.
I beg your pardon?
Right out of her coffin in Twilight
Cohen
Fields.
sends
Did
those
you
masks
think
out.
Так, маска, где? Обыскать стол. Нет тут ни хрена.
you hand the ring back, the matter will remain between you and me.
Блять. Вот здесь. Браслет. Так, во. Нет тут ни хрена.
Get your hands off me!
Ты что там сделала с ним? Убила, что ли?
Might be best if we were gone when he wakes up. Any luck?
Nothing. Let's find another shop.
А вот. Не, ой, я чуть
Where
не
should we
упал.
look next? Upstairs at the artist's struggle or Rapture Records straight ahead?
А вот какой-то... А, это не магазин или? Это табачка. Пойдем сюда. Давай сюда.
See that dish I walked in with? You give her the star treatment, pal. That'll make it worth your while.
Of course, right away.
Давай, иди обслуживай.
What is this piece?
It's by Trine, but of course, covered by Mr. Reinhardt.
Oh, it's lovely. Isn't it
Gotta find that.
Так.
Nothing. Well, only one place left.
Сейчас мы что-нибудь поищем. Что тут у нас? Ничего. Так, тут все пусто. Здесь ни хрена. Тын-тын. Сейф. Сейф залезть нельзя. Печка. Тоже ничего. Тут тоже ничего. Так. Что, сваливаем?
Oh, it's so intoxicating. I must go. I must go. Even one more note shall prove my undoing.
Хе-хе. Погнали отсюда.
Nothing?
No. Got one place left, though.
And if that proves to be fruitless?
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Так, а где этот магазин-то? По-моему, здесь, да? Так не, мы здесь были уже. А может выше подняться? Давай, давай, что здесь? О, есть какой-то. Вали отсюда.
Buongiorno, signore.
Здорово. Отвлекай. Или с ним нельзя, что ли, общаться? Слышь, ты дебил. Ну и пошел в жопу.
Days.
Шляпа. Аудиозапись какая-то. Все пусто. Так, не этот магазин, валим отсюда. Вон какой-то еще есть. Ничего себе, ты бегаешь как конь, блин. Здорово.
Hey, pal. You want to help out the little lady?
Yes, of course. Interesting, isn't it? Original Sander Cohen. He calls it miasma.
I'm sorry, but I know precious little about art.
Where is he hiding that box?
I don't want to open my mouth.
Запрятал, скотина. А, вот он.
I tumble out.
Ну неужели?
You are, you little son of a bitch.
Oh, I would like so much to understand.
Да, тут больше ничего нет.
Condemned to breathe the swampy
Слепой
You've given
дебил.
me so much to think about. I feel a trifle swoony. Would you mind
Здорово.
if I
Чё-то ты
return
быстро
tomorrow
прям.
for further edu- Good. You've located the mask.
Ты чё,
Third
блин?
time's the charm.
All right. It's best we head back to Cohen's.
Все, погнали. Танцевать.
Fine piece of work back with those shopkeepers. You've got a bit of the grifter in you.
For that, you can thank my father.
Oh, yeah?
He was a
Ай,
man
что это такое?
born of variety of roles.
Ah, Mr. DeWitt. Back again. And so soon.
О, нажрался. Класс.
So, what kind of field you in?
A field.
Yeah, you know,
Куда
occupation.
бежать-то?
Can't imagine what kind of employment
Нет
would lead you to
херня.
tag along on a job like this.
I suppose you could say I work in debt collection.
Ah, very well. Mr. Cohen awaits your participation at his performance.
So who is this
такое?
fellow Cohen? Some sort of underworld figure?
Worse, he's an artist.
An artist who kidnaps children.
Cohen's muse is a bit more diverse. I've seen his type. Gets an idea in his head, end a conversation. Don't matter.
Тут темно вообще, куда мы заперлись-то? Что, пугаешь, что ли, нас?
Dance, dance, move!
Кролики. Зайцы.
Be the conduit! Open yourselves to the music, to the spirit of the eternal! No. Why do you fail in this fashion?
Что ты так орешь, дебил?
In front of my muse,
Что, вода, что ли?
mine
Я в бассейн залез.
shall not be mocked.
Слушай, ты говна.
Thus, for God's sake!
Господи, какой-то придурок.
Get them out of here. There shall be no failure on my canvas. Oh, there's no room in rapture anymore.
Ишь ты, псих, иди сюда. Ты дебил.
Who are you?
Name's DeWitt.
Is that right? My. This one's a real biscuit. Isn't he a biscuit, ladies?
I need to ask you a few questions.
Questions? Yes. Yes. It is the work of man to ask. It is the work of the
Это сумасшедший, бля.
to answer.
You've seen this girl, haven't you?
We artists see more than most. You're more than you claim to be, little songbird. Are you not? Watch this one, DeWitt. She'll take you where you don't want to go. But I know the child in that photo is important to you. So many children flit, flit, flit away. I know where the girl is. And I will send you to her. In exchange, all I ask is a dance.
What?
I see something in you two. Art strips away artifice. Show me who you are, and I will show you where you need to
Listen,
go.
Cohen, you son of a bitch.
Mr. DeWitt,
What?
dance with me.
Come, come, dance!
I shudder to think what greater price he might care to extract.
Fitzpatrick! Beauty and pain. They can be no more separated than birth and blood.
What do you think Cohen's customers do with the children? Do they?
Sometimes. But those types lack the capital of people like Ryan and Suchong.
That's a blessing.
You saw those little sisters? You so sure? But if Suchong had Sally, I'd know it.
How?
As I tied him to a chair and asked him
So?
for 15 hours.
I don't know what to make of you, Mr. DeWitt.
No!
Listen, we're not gonna keep...
Fitzpatrick!
Ах ты, ублюдок тупорылый. Ну ты ублюдок сраный. Тварь сраная, я тебе, блин, кишки из жопы вытащу.
become a butterfly.
Тварь.
Mr. DeWitt.
Mr. DeWitt! Are you alright?
I'm fine.
You were dreaming. You kept saying
Все
your daughter's name
исцарапанная это
Sally.
какая-то.
Daughter.
I thought...
Pain and beauty. To an artist, they are parent and child.
Cohen?
I'm sending you to find your young one. No need to thank me. I'm not so sure you'll like what you find.
А куда он нас отправил-то, ё-моё? Акула. Крабик.
Look,
Фонтейн.
Fontaines. Ryan sent the whole thing to the bottom.
but it's a prison now. Why would Cohen have sent Sally there?
I don't know.
Everyone has needs. I merely provide a service for those who have the means to pay. You'll find your little bird in the housewares department.
Это что
How
такое
many people do you
плывет?
suppose Ryan's got locked up in that place?
Извращенцы.
Fontaine had amassed something near an army. Now they're down there, spliced up and wild. Alright, there's a dock up ahead.
Takes a cold son of a bitch to do that to a living person.
Now, what's that?
Burial at sea.
You read your residency contract with Ryan Industries? In perpetuity, we're all buried at sea.
А тут что-то не очень красиво. Что, воняет? А ты что хотела? Так, ну что ж, думаю, на этом мы остановимся, потому что я уже и так много снимаю. А с вами... Блин. Извините. А с вами был Аргон. Подписывайтесь на мой канал, ставьте лайки. Всем удачи и до скорого.